Over a year ago, I was putting on this emotional wellness retreat. And one of the experiences that we had was a very beautiful transition a person goes through when they start seeing their life from another perspective. And I had invited some very sacred shamans to help perform this ceremony for the people at my retreat. And one of those shamans had a woman working with her, and she volunteered her time, and she was like this beautiful fairy that like like when she stepped in, her hands were waving, and a lot of us are like, whoa, 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 this woman's not human. And but we proceeded anyways, and she did such amazing work there. But I noticed about an hour after meeting her, my hands started to move and my body started to move, and it started making these infinity loops, and I couldn't stop it. And every time I bent over, my neck would start rotating in an infinity sign. And I was like, what the heck is happening? And my hands would not stop moving. And it really freaked me out at first. I thought like maybe I have a demon in my body. But it kept going. And it was just like this woman's, and what would come through my mouth as I started to channel, and the words that I was saying and she was saying were very similar. And I was like, whoa, what is this? Who is coming through us? So this was my first experience with the goddess energy fully embodying me. My name, by the way, is Natalie Bushnell. I am a spiritual Olympian. I have been spiritually conscious for over probably about 16, 17 years. I've seen a lot. I just am so proud of everyone who has been on their journey and gone through this last year. OMG, it has been insane. And I just step back in awe watching all of you go through it, because what you're accomplishing in 1 year, it took me and a lot of the first people awakening, 15 years to get through some of that stuff. And you guys are like taking this on like in 6 months. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. And I apologize for you guys getting hit so hard. We're shifting quite drastically right now. And that is kind of why I'm doing this, because I want you to show you kind of what's happening to you. The goddess, we in a lot of religions we talk about God, but not very many people talk about goddess. And she is actually currently coming back to earth, and she's integrating into many of us. It's almost like an ultimate business. You're like, okay, I'm gonna hire this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. She comes into our bodies, and then she trains us, which means she gets rid of all the bullshit. And so it starts like coming up, and we're like, what the fuck is happening to me? I'm not even human anymore. Please, somebody help me. So I'm here to kind of explain what is happening, why it's happening, and what are some of the cool effects that are going to come from this, okay? So like I said, it was about a year and a half ago that I met Annie. My hands started doing this. My husband would start slapping me. He's like, stop, it's driving me crazy. And it took me a long time to learn how to control it. But what I learned was I could have access to all the Akashic records. I could see all timelines. I was able to go through somebody's entire program. Like I would see these visions, and I would be like this being behind like this spaceship, and I'd be typing, and I'd be rewriting people's contracts. And it got to the point where I got a little freaky, because I couldn't stop myself from putting my hand on people's heart chakras and then just pulsing them with energy and just surging that up through their body. Like people are like, whoa, and it just became more and more what I was. And then on my birthday last year, I had another experience with Goddess, where she actually came into my body and she said, I'm going to purchase you. And I was like, wait a second, you're going to what? She says, I'm going to purchase you. And it's kind of like a real estate exchange. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? She's like, go find another body. And I was like, what? But, and we can go in that more detail for those that are interested. But Goddess ended up purchasing my vessel, which means Natalie, the aspect, the name of what I am, laid down her life so that they could live through me, which is what opens up the ultimate supreme mentor, because you become the divine goddess who has access to the entire chamber of the universe, and we can literally channel anybody that needs to come through. Not only can we channel, we can heal. I now speak a very sacred language, which is called Sanskrit. I didn't know anything about Sanskrit. It just now comes out of me. It's very natural. It's very fluid. I do immaculate healings. I'm one reason why I'm doing this excuse me, that's like 3 weeks ago, is because I am now part of a galactic TV station, and we are downloading from the stars. Literally, we are channeling the stars. And I'm really excited for this to be hitting the air here soon, but it's on the download right now, so we're just in the practice mode, okay? Um, but what I want to explain to you is this is natural, this is organic, this is normal, this is how we are going to heal. This is also why marijuana and these other drugs that well, they're not really drugs, they're plants, are becoming legalized, is to have a global healing. We're going to need to be able to activate very, very quickly. And so these plants will help facilitate that at a more rapid rate. Now, they are illegal in some areas, so I don't recommend them. And if you're in an area that's illegal, it's because you're not probably vibrationally awake enough to receive it, okay? So some of you may be within those fields, but those are usually pods, people that we've put there to awaken, but the majority within the culture is not awake. And that is why the medicines are not legal in those areas. And that's actually a good thing. And the reason why is because when all of this crap is coming up, and if we don't know what we're doing, and we're using the plant medicines in unhealthy ways, we can actually sabotage our growth and expansion. And so it's very, very necessary to actually learn how to use these plants properly. So I would recommend working through shamans. And then you also want to make sure you're doing your internal work. And these plant medicines will help you actually access and do this internal work a lot quicker and a lot faster. And so you want to make sure you're working with people like me and other emotional wellness coaches and different people like that, as well as spiritual Olympians and people that have gone through the different process of their work, so that when you get on the marijuana, you can actually learn how to activate it very rapidly. And so I can heal a child wound or a soul retrieval or anything like that super quickly when I'm on these medicines or whatever. So anyways, the reason why I'm showing all of this is we are going to have a galactic healing, a galactic global healing session that's going on as we clear all these negative vibes so Goddess can come in and facilitate and basically take over the world. She's inheriting the earth so she can clean it up, sweep it up. And we're in this beautiful time of, you've prophesied it, the destruction, but really it's the destruction of what is not serving us and the rebirth of what is coming. And this is the rebirth of the earth, and it's very, very beautiful. However, it has been a little rough, especially this past week. Raise your hand. Oh my F. Actually, it's been like the last 6 weeks for me, but it's like, I swear I'm that story of that man in the Bible who was like, everything is like being taken away, and you're like, what the F is going on? It's like, just hold on, just keep the faith, keep the faith, keep the faith. And you're like, whoa. Yeah, so that's kind of been my life the last 6 weeks, but I think it's because I'm coming through a galactic vagina, and I'm being rebirthed into something very, very beautiful and magnificent. So while I'm coming out the vagina, please forgive me for any contractions, any issues that I may have with this. I am not perfect. I am learning how to drive a Ferrari. This body, over the past year since Goddess has taken over, has become quite an instrument. And so I'm going to show a little bit about what she does and what she can do through me. I actually love to hold, this is Egyptian alabaster. I can put a link. You can order your own. There's a lot of them. These are hand carved. They're amazing, amazing instruments for healing and then transmuting energy. And so I would definitely recommend you get one. Again, I'll put a link and you can order your own, and it's hand carved and you get to pick the one you want, and it's freaking awesome. So I definitely order that. So I'm going to set this right here and I'm going to ground for a second. So what I'm doing is I'm actually protecting my energy field, and I'm checking my aura to make sure there's no any like holes, anything to block me from receiving. Okay, I'm going to start speaking because they are, okay? And don't be scared. This is called Sanskrit. Okay, they're just anchoring my energy field in, okay? And I wish you guys could see what I can see, because I can see it at all. It's a very beautiful, beautiful thing to witness. So now they're bringing in my animal guides and my animal protectors. So there's a wolf. They brought me in a wolf. Okay, they're blessing me with the wolf magic, they said. They call me a Shining. And it's interesting because they never did this before, but they have shown me what that means, and it's basically a wolf that protects its pack. And when they were training me for this a few 4 months ago, they said 4 months ago, they're telling me what time it was. They gave me a lot of anger and rage. It was so much in anger and rage that I actually thought I was going to kill someone or kill myself. It was excruciating pain. And I turned into, I swear it was like the full moon that night. And I swear I was turning into a freaking werewolf. My body felt like it was like breaking, and I was so much pain, and I had so much hatred and rage. And I think I was becoming, have you ever heard of, I think they're called skinwalkers. Like they're the most evil creatures on earth. Anyways, I don't want to talk about them because you don't even want to talk about them. It's like saying Baltimore. You don't want to say it. Anyways, but instead of going bad, instead of going into my victimhood, I grabbed some coins and actually shoved all of the anger inside the coins. And when I shoved them inside the coins, all of that went through, which is really interesting because I never thought about, but metal is a conductor. And so I think sometimes this is why they talk about cursed treasure and stuff. It's holding energy. So the truth is, let's just go sage it and take it all. Anyways, but yeah, so I cursed the coins. I pushed all my hate out of there. And as soon as I chose love instead of hate, I became this beautiful wolf, which is, they referred to me as the Shining. And they showed me that I was a protector of my people and my tribe. And then I upgraded into this ancient grandmother. And she was very, very old. And I think she's called the Tonka Wonka, which means the Great Spirit. And so I upgraded into her. And then I went through a portal into light, into God creation, where he invited me to be his beloved and live in celibacy, which I told him would probably not work out so well with my current husband and his arrangements. So, but it was a beautiful experience. And I'm just telling you that because they just barely blessed me with the Shining and the wolf, which is the protector. And so I'm going to put this Ankh down now. And I'm going to just ask a generic question, kind of like what's happening galactically right now, what is happening. Well, okay, what is the most important for them to know? That's what they said. Okay, so they're going to bring in somebody to talk through me. So give me just a second. Okay, they said this person is not knowing inside of this tribe of people, so they are screening him, which is interesting. I've never had the tribe actually with me, so this is really interesting. They're screening this visitor to see if he is worthy of entering my vessel. It feels to me he's kind of a scholar, like he gets off on studying this kind of stuff. So okay, so he's not from our planetary system, but they would like you to compare him to like Einstein, they said. You won't, they says there's no point to say names or anything, you would not know who this was. So they're screening him. Sorry, this is Natalie. I'm just going to let them do their work for just a second, okay? They're just kind of solidifying him in my body. Giving him a tour. Don't touch this, don't touch that, and don't grab her boobs. Greatest part about this job, and I can sense of humor because I don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me. It's great. All right, let's see here. Okay. This is please take care of their grandchild. So they want to make sure he's proper with my vessel. Okay, this is he's welcome to begin. The wellness of our people is assurance of their safety. The guidance in which we are going to be giving you is the instructions in which we desire for you to participate in the allowance of your birthright here on planet Earth. We recognize, by the way, he's saying we because he's part of a collective, I guess. He's actually from a galactic system. We specialize in the erasing of old memory, that which is no longer serving you and actually causing a dogmatic reality for you, one that continues to repeat itself in cycles that are no longer continuously spiraling upward. The ascension process is within your galactic system has been and the versiated, he says. It looks to me like a seashell, but instead of going one direction, it's going all over the place. Kind of like a star or a flower. Kind of like an amoeba who has hairs everywhere. So for us to galactically shift through this paradigm portal, we need to be in an alignment which allows a majority of the souls or heart chakras to point in a certain direction to help levitate or lift the planetary system in which you're currently designed to in this galactic pathway, I guess. Sorry, one moment. I've got to let them shift through some paperwork here because I keep trying to tell you guys what's going on, so I'm actually kicking them out of my body. So they're designing something really quick to help me be able to, and this is why I'm practicing, to help me be able to guide you, but simultaneously not intercept what they're saying in a way where I can't comprehend it, so I actually break up the flow. So give me just 1 second. We would like to bring the awareness that to vibrationally shift in a mirrored way, that means you lift in simultaneous mirrors, which reflect and help heal and help uncover the shadow in which is holding you back. So we are at this time giving the blessing of forgetfulness, to forget what is not serving you, to unload your shit and dump it for good as we accelerate our process in a myriad of ways. As this will be not the only way of ascensional streamlining, as we have many Natalies or many vessels out there in this world helping to sign and instruct and heal the population at this time so the vehicle can ascend upward. The planetary system in which you are currently, they're saying a word I don't understand, but I think it means located. But it's a little deeper than located because it means our inheritance. So it's like you're located where your inheritance lies, your sacred space. So many of us have a sacred inheritance here on planet Earth. And that's why we're here. We're here to claim it. That's why we came back. We're like, yes, 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 mom and dad are dying. We want our inheritance, but not like that. It's kind of just a rebirth, a rebirth and a recontract of what's here. So I'm just gonna let them speak that language over there, and I'm gonna learn how to just talk to you guys and kind of show you what they're doing. So they're digging down into the roots of Mother Earth, and they're like hacking her code, and so they can reprogram her for a second. Okay, so they're reprogramming her with forgetfulness. So on planet Earth, she is going to start forgetting her pain and her trauma and her shame and those things because she too has taken these on. Okay, and we can go into that on a later date, they said. But she's taking these on, so we're actually shedding the emotions and the traumas and things that are actually the fears that are keeping us held down and bound. Okay, and so she's shifting those. Which means you are going to start forgetting these things in your life too. Okay? It's not like they didn't happen, but what's the point of feeling them in your body all the time? What's the point of constantly being in pain? Okay? We're going to shift so the load can get a little lighter. We're going to take a galactic shit. That makes sense. I'm so glad they let me swear. Could you imagine how boring I could be if they didn't let me swear? Oh, it would be insane. when they were like, Natalie, you're going to be a guru. I was like, I sure the hell am not going to be a guru. I've got to have some kind of personality. And so they said, oh, fine, we'll integrate your darkness. So I have integrated my darkness and light. And I am that I am. And I am nothing but this moment I am now. I have healed all my karma. And so I have become one galactic spaceship. I promise that's way better than, oh my gosh, some of the human things you guys do are so boring to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, please, oh please, oh please come up with something new. So I did. Now they would like to say you are welcome to receive this blessing if you choose. You do not have to receive it. You can choose not to go into forgetfulness. But again, they're not saying you will forget your memory. They were saying you will forget the trauma and the shame and the pain that is stuck in your body, that is keeping you from elevating to your higher state of being. They also are letting you be cautious of the fact that this will be happening over the several couple months. Guides will be brought in. This can happen very naturally too. It doesn't have to be instant. Sometimes it's better to release a little bit at a time. And so they're going to take you through this experiencing a little at a time. We're going to do it, make it as fun and easy as possible, okay? Because you can go have a lot of trauma and like take hape and puke it up, but you know, actually, I would recommend hape. Go do hape and puke it up. It's a really easy way to release your trauma, and it's totally legal. So, but you just need to find a shaman, and they'll show you how to use it. Okay, but what they're saying is they are now putting that program into those that watch this and receive the blessing. You will be able to forget your trauma and your shame and be directed to the right healers and mentors over the period of time. I work with many who do retreats. We do retreats to heal this stuff. We're teaching people a lot of stuff. I can help you do your forgiveness work and help you align with your right partner. There's a lot of magical tools that I have for those willing to do the work, because it's a little bit of work, but if we can teach you how to do it faster and better, and that's why I like to work with multiple mentors, because each of us learned a lot of our skills. So if you're interested in come to one of our retreats, totally let me know. I will get you hooked up, baby. If you would like to order one of your an ankh, or there's dragons, there's like these cool, like I love the Isis knife. It's like my favorite. I like hug it at night. It's like my lover. Anyways, you want to order your own, I will put a link below. They come from Egypt, so it's going to take about 2 weeks to get here, but they are miraculous and they help you channel better, they help you ground, they help you do a lot of amazing things. So I hope you guys received this. I hope it was well. If you really, really liked it, go ahead and give it a heart and tell me I'm fucking amazing. If you would like to learn more about our retreats, or we do, I'm with Kurt Walker too, and we do spice dinners in several areas. I think Salt Lake now, Vegas, Phoenix. He's always in Scottsdale, and I don't know, maybe they're doing them over there. And in Cedar City, or St. George, Utah now. That's where I help host. And we do those every month. So if you're interested in attending one of those, or meeting Kurt Walker and having one brought to your area, go ahead and let me know. Those are free donation. You come, you would gather with a whole group of people. You bring they bring just different items that Kurt assigns. And it's like beautiful dinner that you get to have with business leaders and spiritually awake people and just like your tribe. And it just gets to be really, really cool. And they're not so spiritual as I am, but they're starting to integrate the business and the spiritual side, because that's really what I was looking to do, is integrating the two. That's why I created Soulicious, which is soul food and eye candy. So if you would like to be part of our retreats, you would like to learn information, you would like to work with me directly, you would like to order your ankh, you would like to go to Spice, please reach out, let me know. And if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, maybe in another video, go ahead and send me a link or put them down below, and I will make sure I do my best. And I hope you guys have a miraculous, wonderful, special, gifted day. And they would like to give you an ending blessing. They said it's in another language, but it is to help with your financial situation, because there's a lot of people right now that they are aware and conscious are struggling, as they are creating almost a galactic collapse right now in some areas and in some people's lives, because they're trying to get people to fully feel um, and trust and surrender to the divine plan that's happening right now. And so they're really just like really trying to help you guys hone into your intuition and to being in the moment of now. And so it's kind of financially burdened a lot of families and a lot of people right now. So um, I'm gonna give you whatever blessing is, and you like again, you would just receive what you want to receive. You don't have to receive it. It's all based on free will. Shadoyayu, stoyame tai ketai huaya patai stoya tai tayu. Shawu madea huaya tai hish tai kaya tai ai to shumahaya tai sai. You are welcome.